Turn on. Okay, can you hear me now? Sound check. Woo, woo. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay, I think you can hear me now. I can see the little microphone thing moving. Woohoo! Okay, so I've started uploading my live coaching sessions to YouTube, but in order to be able to download them, TikTok make me go live through Live Studio through the laptop, and I always do it on my phone. So this is my first time using Live Studio, and of course I had some technical difficulties, but I think we are here now. Yay! Okay, hello. So I didn't go live this morning because I was having a chat about a project, or I don't want to call it a job because I don't like having a job, but it's a project that I'm going to be working on for a little while. Oscar, tell me what happened weird. So if you keep seeing me look down here, that's because my chat is on my laptop over there. Normally it's on my phone, so normally I'm squinting at you. I've got to wear my glasses to read my laptop. But I'm keen to hear. You know when we talked about love and stuff? Yes, Oscar, I do. What happened? Ooh, this was just yesterday, wasn't it? When we had Veronica on, that was fun. Tell me what happened with love and stuff. After that, I took a nap and I had this dream when I had a partner. Nice. Hey, Jason. Well, maybe that's a sign, Oscar. Maybe that's a sign. So I had a coaching session this morning with a life coach, and as a coach, I believe in the power of coaches, and so I have multiple coaches myself. I have one coach, performance and success coach, that I've been seeing for 4 years, and this lady was she's a life coach, right? And it was actually her first coaching session in English. She is Romanian, and she had offered me a free coaching session because I think she wanted to practice her coaching in English. But I learned a lot from it, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. It was like a person that I've never seen before, and also it was super realistic. Ooh, you know, your dreams are always, like, the people in your dreams are always people that you've seen before, because your brain can't make people up. It can't make people up. It can only show you people that you've seen before, or some people dream about the future, right? So maybe it's somebody that you have seen in the future. Interesting. Jason, yes, so I was just explaining to the guys, I'm in Live Studio, TikTok Live Studio, because now that I upload my TikToks to YouTube, my live coaching TikToks, in order to download them from TikTok, I have to have Live Studio, and I'm only allowed to access Live Studio for 14 days at a time, unless I go live through Live Studio. So normally I'm just on my phone, in my dining room. Today I'm in my office, I'm on my laptop, so that's why I look a bit different. That's why I've got different surroundings. This is my office. There's my office couch. There's the fan because it's always hot. And I've got a window over there, which is why I've got all the light on the side of my face, which is not ideal. Also, something that happens to me, some dreams that I have that do come true. Oh, so you do dream about the future, Oscar. This is actually quite common. People dream about the future quite a lot, but most people don't remember their dreams, or they're not very in touch with their dreams, and so they don't realize they're dreaming about the future. And I'm terrible because I smoke marijuana. Usually before I go to bed, I often don't remember my dreams. But on those nights when I don't smoke, I do remember my dreams, and I actually dream about the future a lot as well. Tell us more about that, because I've dreamed about people that I swear I never saw before. We might just not remember. I dreamt about my aunt having twins, and now they're 5. My aunt has twins as well. Tobias, you are very beautiful. Thank you very much, Tobias. I appreciate that. So our dreams are us, it's kind of a different part of reality that we access when we're dreaming. It's called the astral plane. So the astral plane is basically when your consciousness is not in your body. Like people talk about astral projecting, which is when they consciously leave their body. We actually do this every night when we dream, although we're not conscious in the dream, right? So we don't realize that we're astral projecting. We do it and then we wake up in the morning and we completely forget what happened at night. But when we dream, we are actually astral projecting. We are actually accessing the astral plane. And the astral plane comes from our own brain. We create our reality, right? It's like, Jason, when I talk about how when you're interacting with other people, you're really just interacting with your kind of perception of another person. Hang on, I've got something in my got something stuck in my throat here. Okay. So when we're dreaming, we're in kind of a different reality. We're vibrating on a different level. It's a reality. We're not in the 3D, we're in the 5D. So things don't have mass, things don't have density. When you're dreaming, you know how you can like just create a thought and it will appear right in front of you, because things don't have mass or density. Everything is just light. Everything is light in the astral plane. So when you see somebody in your dream that you think you don't know, it's a person that you have seen before or in the future, and your brain has registered them, but you may not have consciously registered them. You know, like it could be somebody that you sat next to on a bus 12 years ago, or it could be like one of your mom's friends from while you were a baby. You know, so you might not remember the person, but you have seen them before, because your brain, how it works is that it draws on past experiences, right? So it can't create stuff by itself. It can only draw on past experiences. Just read this chat. Oscar, are any of them single? Do you know something fun? I don't know who David Goggins is, Tobias. I'm moving this week. Oscar, yes, please tell me about that. I'm sorry, I did see the comment yesterday, but I was chatting away with Veronica. It didn't seem appropriate to stop and ask. So tell me about how you're moving. I want to know. I just realised that you kind of remind me of Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter. I can't remember who Professor Trelawney is. Ci estoy mirando desde Brazil. What's mirando? I'm living... I'm not understanding that. Ci estoy mirando desde Brazil. She's Brit and also into the universe and everything. Apparently we're moving on Saturday or Sunday. That's really fast. That's Spanish, babe. Oh, that's why I can't read it. Thanks for that. Okay, so it's Spanish. Okay, so knowing that, I'm going to say I'm living something about Brazil. Ooh. I'm gonna be speaking Spanish in no time. Oi, tudo bem, Alex? What does it mean when you get a sensation of falling, when you're about to fall asleep in bed and wake up suddenly? I love looking into dreams and stuff like this, but basically, like I'm not a dream expert because I very rarely remember my dreams. I'm always too high. But generally speaking, if you dream that you're falling and then you wake up, it's something that you're trying to escape from. Right? It's something that you're trying to escape from. You're trying to wake yourself up. You want to get out of the dreamscape, out of the astral plane for some reason. So whether you're having like a nightmare or you were being chased or you were feeling unsafe somehow, and this is actually a valid way of getting out of the dreamscape. Like if you're astral projecting, you can kind of and you want to leave, you can kind of jump off something to help you get out, so you fall and you wake yourself up with that impact. So there was probably something happening in your dream that you were trying to get away from. But I'm not a dream expert. I'm very interested in it, but I don't know a lot about it. She said she's watching you from Brazil, but in Spanish. Okay, thanks, Oscar. I didn't understand what this person wrote. It was Spanish. Biologically, that happens when you're falling asleep too fast and your brain thinks you're in danger. Yeah, right, like you're in danger. It's a feeling of danger, right, that you're trying to get away from, consciously or subconsciously. Interesting. I love dreams. I love looking into what dreams mean. So let me tell you a little bit about what I learned from the coach this morning, because it was really cool. So I often refer to consulting with my intuition, right? Telling you guys to consult with your intuition. And I refer to my intuition as something kind of separate from me. Like, here's me, here's my intuition. I'm going to ask my intuition, what should I do today? I'm going to ask my intuition, how should I make money today? And what the coach taught me today is a very subtle difference, that my intuition is just me, right? And I also refer to the universe a lot, like the universe is supporting me. The universe gave me this opportunity. The universe is also me. And you can think about this as the same principles as when I talk about how, you know, when you meet another person, you project your past experience onto that person, you project your judgments, your opinions, your thoughts and ideas onto that person, and that's the person that you interact with, the one that you created in your mind. And that goes across the whole universe. So the universe that you see is the one that you perceive, the one that you create, but it's not separate from you. It's all actually you. And so I was having a bit of a meltdown last week. On one of the days that I didn't go live, it was Thursday, I had an absolute meltdown in the morning. I was screaming, crying in the shower, because I'd had a falling out with my husband, but I was also feeling like I'd been following my intuition and things weren't going to my plans. Things weren't going to my expectations, right? I want to open my retreat already. I want to start building already. I want my land already. And things were not happening fast enough. And I was in the shower just like, ah! Feeling my feelings. I was projecting my feelings a little bit. It felt good. I needed to get them out. I then went and sat and felt them after projecting them. And I was feeling like the universe wasn't supporting me. But what I was doing is I was creating separation between myself and the universe, expecting some mystical thing, the universe, to come save me, right? To come give me what I'd been asking for all this time. I was projecting out like I was separate from the universe. And this coach was just like, no, the universe is you. Your intuition is you. You were not supporting you. You were screaming at yourself in the shower. You were screaming to yourself, why are you not supporting you? And then, of course, it was that very night that I was offered this part-time role doing data analysis that I'm starting on Monday. Yeah, when I sit on this side of the house, I get that quite a lot. Because my window's right there. So actually, I was not supporting myself, but I was blaming the universe, not accepting responsibility for the reality I created. Right, let me have a little look what you're saying here. Have you ever visited the USA? Jason, yes, I used to go to the USA almost every year, twice a year, 3 times a year. Coachella, LA, New York are my favorites. I lived in North Carolina for a while. I lived in Virginia for a while, Virginia Beach. Oh my gosh, so much fun. I lived on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. I've been to Florida. I've been all over, not all over the US. I've been down a lot on the East Coast and some on the West Coast. I've never really been in the middle. I want to go in the middle. Sebastian, hello, welcome. It's been a while. How are you? It's an instinct, which is so fun to discuss. Yes, you got me so into universe and manifestation. Could you talk about manifestation? For sure. So manifestation. So there's a lot of people that teach and coach on manifestation, right? They will teach you manifestation techniques. They will teach you to write things down and say it aloud 3 times a day or whatever. Like, everybody has their own manifestation techniques. I don't coach manifestation because I don't believe that you have to follow a particular process in order to manifest things. This is how I think about it. So everything that comes into our reality begins as a thought, right? First, there is the seedling of a thought in our brain, right? Then you invest more energy into the thought. Let's say the thought is, I want a new car, okay? I want a new car. I want to manifest a new car. That's the thought, right? Then you invest more in energy into that. I want a new car. What kind of car do I want? I'm going to visualize it. I'm going to start talking about it, right? So from a thought in your head, which is just like a little movement of energy, it becomes words. It becomes pictures. Like, you see the car in your mind. You speak about it with words, you talk to other people about it, right? All of these things are manifestation. Taking the thought from your head into reality by speaking it, by visualizing it. This is manifestation. And we are manifesting all the time. Everything in our reality is a manifestation. Every single thing that we have in our reality started as a thought. So this house that I live in, this beautiful home, started as a thought. I was in my old place and I thought, I don't like this place anymore. I want to move out. I want somewhere more modern. I want somewhere more spacious. I want somewhere with aircon. Ugh. And so first it was a thought, right? I want my dream home. And then I said to my husband, I turned it into words. I want a new home. What do you think? He's like, yeah, I want a new home too. Let's start looking. So you know how that story went. We looked, we didn't find anywhere. We let it go. We put it out to the universe. We manifested it by talking about it. We talked about it to my husband's mother, my mother-in-law. She found us this house. The house belongs to my husband's uncle. Or uncle's cousin, no, my husband's father's cousin. It's Brazil, right? Everyone's a cousin or something. So this house belongs to my husband's father's cousin. We manifested it because we thought about it, we talked about it, we engaged somebody else, she found it, she brought it to us, we manifested it, right? And everything in our life is that. Like, I want a new laptop, thought, okay, I'm going to go to the shop and get a new laptop, right? You manifest it. So even if a lot of people think manifestation means getting something without paying for it, right? Getting something for free, getting something without doing the work. No, that's not what manifestation is. Manifestation is creating something in your reality that was previously just a thought. However, like, whether you have to pay for it, whether you get given it for free, whether you do a trade to get it, however you get it into your reality, it's still a manifestation. Oh wait, dogs, no. By the way, side story, my husband rescued a dog today. Let me see if I can show you on the phone. This poor little, no dogs. This poor little thing was in the road. Can you see her? Oh, she was in the road. She's so sick. She's hurt her back. She's all mangy. She's got this little sore bit on her. My husband's a vet, so he has lots of vet friends. So we're hoping that somebody's going to come take her and fix her up. If not, she might be staying with us for a little while. But the poor thing really needs some love. When I was younger, my mum used to take me to a spiritual place. Not sure how. A spiritism, yeah. So that's actually the religion that my husband is, a spiritism. And my father-in-law, my husband's father, is a minister of spiritism. He's a medium. He channels spirits for the house of spiritism. So I'm very familiar with it, because whenever I go to my husband with my concepts and my ideas about the universe, he always brings it back to a spiritism. But they're actually very, very aligned, his beliefs and mine, even though one comes from like a religion and one comes from me. When someone says Coachella, I always remind of Katy Perry with the Kim K sunglasses. What's that? I love Katy Perry. Don't you think it's so fun how almost everyone in your lives aren't English speakers? Do you know what? I was looking at the analytics on one of my TikToks yesterday, which I never do, and almost 50% of the people that had seen my video were from Mexico. And then like 4% from the UK, 4% from Brazil, 4% from Guatemala. Everybody else was, apart from those, everybody else was from Latin America, but like half from Mexico. How weird is that? But because they never say hi in the chat. Do we have any Mexicans here right now? Oh no, there's not so many people here. I'm gonna manifest that hottie from that dream, because girl, I'm shocked. Do it. It's a video of Katie getting a package from Kim K. It's so funny, you should def see. Yeah, I want to see. Brazilian here, 12 years in the UK, now living back in Brazil. Oh my God, the culture shock is real. Help, lol. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So you lived in Brazil like your whole life, and then you did 12 years in the UK, and now you're back in Brazil. Yeah, the culture is so different. Like, I've moved around the globe a lot, and I've found the culture in Brazil has been the biggest culture shock to me. But I also kind of, I like it, you know. It, for me, it's like what Britain used to be back when Britain had community, back when like Britain used to, like, people there used to hang out with each other rather than sit in their houses all day on the internet. So I like I find things that I like, but this is how to deal with it. Find things that you like about it and focus your energy on that, and try and just the things that you don't like about the culture difference, just don't put your energy into them. Don't ignore them, because that's like putting your energy into it. Just put your energy elsewhere. Just think about the things that you like. I see a lot of people mixing the concepts of visualization, subliminal, and manifestation. Yes, I believe that to be true. You know what? It's interesting. The place surely seems like a dorm, like a uni dorm. Oscar, I think you dream about the future. As I said, it's really common for people to dream about the future, because like the reality is everything's happening simultaneously. Like, multiple sources have told us this, including the Church of Spiritism, right? That all things are happening simultaneously, the past, the present, and the future. It's just that we experience time as going slowly. This is a way you can visualize it. Okay, so if I show you this, you see a circle, right? A 2-dimensional circle. Yeah. However, this shape is actually 3-dimensional. But when you look at it in this direction, all you can see is a circle, a 2-dimensional circle. So if you were to take a slice of this, take a slice here, right? A 2-dimensional circle here, and then some time later you take another slice, and then another slice, and then another slice. And eventually, if you take multiple slices, you will build up a 3-dimensional picture from a 2-dimensional image. Does that make sense? So you keep taking slices this way of this side, eventually you'll build up a 3-dimensional picture. And that's how we experience. So we're in the 3D, right? We have X, Y, Z axis, Sorry, that's my math brain. I hope that makes sense. X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis going that way. So 3 dimensions, right? But there is a 4th dimension. The 4th dimension is time. So we experience snapshots of present moments across a period of time so that we can get the full 4D picture. I'm sure I've explained that horribly. There's a video about this using an apple that explains it much better. So maybe you can find that on YouTube, that explains like 4D using an apple, because it actually shows you like the sliced images. But we experience a 4th dimension, a 5th dimension, a 6th dimension that exists. But because we're limited, we are solid matter. We're in our human bodies, our biological bodies. We can only experience it one little slice at a time, one little 3D slice at a time. But in fact, the 4D version of reality is out there. We can't perceive it all at once. All that is to say, the past, the present, and the future are all the same thing. They are all happening simultaneously. And that's why you can dream about the future, because it's happening now. Now, of course, we have free will, right? We're still able to make choices. And that's where different timelines come into it, right? That's where quantum jumping comes into it. Because every choice that we make dictates which timeline we're on, which quantum reality we are in at that time. So we have free will, we can control our future. However, all futures exist simultaneously. It boggles the brain when you start getting into it, but I love it. So yes, Oscar, it was in a dorm. Amazing. This can be your future. It's perfectly possible that this can be your future. Is it true people in Sheffield say "ay up" as a greeting? Yes. Ay up. Ay up, love. Ay up, duck. Ay up, duck. Yeah, ay up, duck. Very common. In fact, you will hear more people saying that than like hello. Like you will answer the phone, "ay up." Is that like a rumour about Sheffield people? Is that something people talk about, Sheffield people? Oh, they say "ay up." Jason, I remember when I was living in North Carolina, whenever I told people I was from Sheffield, they would always make me say a line from this movie called Chicken Little. It's like an animation movie, but one of the chickens, I guess, is from Yorkshire. She has this North Yorkshire accent, so they would always be like, "Oh, you're from Sheffield. Okay, say this thing. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy." And they would always make me say that in my Sheffield accent. Junwao. I have a problem, Junwao, with this little, on the A, you know, this little, it's really hard for me to say, Junwao. Let's get married. Oh, okay. Let's get married, have 7 kids, and live in Texas. I'm already married. I have 2 kids, and it's plenty. And Texas is racist, dude. So it's going to have to be a no from me. But thank you for the offer. Babe, she's married already. No worries. You don't need to apologise. You are not the only person to propose to me on my live streams. Do these audios with these frequencies on YouTube actually work? Bruno, yes. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you brought this up. This is how it works. Okay, so they've done a lot of studies on this. Water absorbs frequencies, right? So you know how if you like pour water on a speaker and then you play a certain like sound, a certain frequency on the speaker, the water will move into different patterns, right? And like you can look up videos on YouTube about this. There's loads of stuff about it. So if you vibrate water at a certain frequency, it makes certain patterns. You can also affect the frequency of water with your words. I don't know if you've heard about the experiment where you put water in, you put some water in one glass, water in another glass, and you say bad things like "I hate you," "you suck" to one of the glasses of water, and then "I love you," "you're amazing" to the other glasses of water. And then if you freeze it, the crystals in the glass that you spoke badly to will form these like odd, ugly, misaligned shapes. And the crystals that the water you spoke nice things to form into beautiful like snowflake type designs. Go look it up on YouTube if you don't believe me. This is a real thing. It's been proven, right? And so water absorbs frequencies given out by sound, whether it's like through a speaker or it's through your voice or whatever it is. It absorbs the energy from the sound and transmutes that into, the water takes that on, right? Whether it's good or bad. And so the way that these audio frequencies on YouTube work is humans are like 95% water, right? Or 90% water, whatever it is. Humans are mainly water. And so the frequencies that you can play on YouTube actually affect the makeup of the water within you. And that's how they work. Now, I did hear something about how sometimes when you're playing frequencies like through YouTube or through music, they, like YouTube, standardize the frequency somehow. So I'm not sure specifically if like playing audios through YouTube works because maybe the frequencies are standardized. I don't know about sound engineering to know about that. I know that I do listen to them myself often, and I do feel like they help me. And if you really want to embrace that, the best way to do it is by getting a waterproof speaker and putting it into a bathtub filled with water, and then you submerge yourself in the water, because the sound vibrations will then directly affect the water because the speaker's in there, and the water will calibrate with the water in your body, and it's a much more like rapid way of bringing yourself into alignment. Like, it's really cool. Hola, Marco. I see a lot of people saying online like a hey, like a up. The jersey sponsor for Sheffield Wednesday this season says a up. I love it. I love it. That's cool. Texas is like Trump friendly. Yeah, exactly. I want to visit Texas, but I don't need to like be in that situation lifelong. Yeah, with the right. I'm a lefty. Oh, thank you, Ednail. Not the water gallon. Not the water gallon. Right, what time is it? Okay, cool. I've got to go get hubby from the gym soon. But yeah, so the water stuff is really cool. Look into that. I really hope that it does still work through YouTube. And it was a TikTok comment that I saw, because there's a guy on TikTok that makes sounds makes songs to certain frequencies, because normally the frequencies, they're just like repetitive sounds, right? But he makes actual songs to certain frequencies. And then there were people in the comments like, dude, this doesn't work because TikTok standardized the sound, right? So I don't know if that's true. I don't take all of my knowledge from TikTok, but I never like went and did my own research into that. What was it like owning a restaurant? It was really cool, Jason. Like, there was a lot about it that I loved. So the hours I did not love, because I owned 2 cafes and a restaurant at the same time. So the cafe would open at 6. However, the coffee window would open at 5. So the first staff needed to be at the cafe at 4:30 a.m. And then my restaurant would open for lunch and dinner, and the restaurant would close at 12 midnight. So there were many occasions when I would have to be at the cafe at 4:30 a.m. and I would be at the cafe all day, and then I would go to the restaurant and I would finish at the restaurant at like 1 a.m, 2 a.m. After closing, right? So that part sucked. Like, Fridays and Saturdays kind of sucked because it was just a crazy long day, and with like no time to sleep in between. And then I would just sleep all day Sunday. And in particular, the restaurant was really fun because it was a fine dining restaurant. It was very beautiful. Like, we had a famous architect or a famous interior designer design it. So it won a lot of awards for being so beautiful. It was featured in a lot of magazines, and that meant that we got to host a lot of really cool events there. We got to host fashion shows. We got to host we did these like boozy brunches where we'd get a DJ, and we'd get like models walking around with cute outfits. We'd get celebrities come visit. We had Russell Crowe came to visit. Hugh Jackman came to my restaurant. Jay, what's his name? He was a superhero. He was in a superhero movie. A famous Australian actor called Jay. I can't remember. We had a lot of other famous like Aussie actors, people from Neighbours, Home and Away. So I loved that side of it. I loved doing the marketing campaigns for it. So like at the cafe, we used to do these doggy fashion shows. So like people would bring their dogs all dressed up in cute little outfits and like do a doggy fashion show. Like that was so much fun. Like this was not a normal restaurant. This was like a playground for me. Plus the food was amazing. I always got like amazing free food, right? Like I ate only in my cafe, in my restaurant, and other restaurants, because all the restaurant owners know each other. So you'd go into another restaurant, the owner would be like, oh, hey, here, come sit at the best table, have the best food for free. And then they would know that when they came to our restaurant, they would also get the best table and the best food for free. But the hours sucked. The hours sucked. And it was hard work, like hard physical work, right? Like you're always on your feet. You're washing up. You're cleaning cutlery, you're carrying around a load of heavy plates, you're dealing with customers that are not always happy, and constantly looking for staff, because staff, like the hospitality staff, are very transient. You know, they'll come in, they'll work for a couple of months, and then they'll go again, like they're travelers. I used to hire a lot of Brazilians, because Brazilians were always the best workers. Australians were terrible workers. Australians would be calling in sick all the time. So I soon stopped hiring Australians altogether and just was hiring like Italians, Brazilians were the best workers. But just a constant struggle to find staff. And when we couldn't find staff, guess who had to go do the fucking job, right? Guess who had to get up at 4:30 and attempt to make coffee? Ugh. Guess who had to work in the kitchen doing the washing up? Yeah, me. Have you ever been to Japan? No, but I would love to go. That's really interesting. I didn't know about this absorption property of water. Yeah, go look it up on YouTube. It's really cool. It's really cool. And there's actually a lot of scientific studies into it now. Do you have any tips for people with emotional blocks? Let it go, Oscar. It's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. First, change your language. Why are you telling yourself you have emotional blocks? You, Oscar, are manifesting emotional blocks because you had a thought, oh, I've got an emotional block. Then you started investing your energy into it. This emotional block, oh, it's stopping me from doing some things. Oh, it's limiting me in this way. Oh, I need to get rid of this emotional block, right? You're manifesting that shit by investing your energy into it. So change your, and this is actually, I'm really glad we were talking about manifestation, because this is exactly the point of changing your language, is to invest your energy into the thing that you want using your language, rather investing your energy into the thing that you don't want, right? And so if you say, I've got emotional blocks, whatever, you're manifesting that into your reality. Change your language. I'm free. I'm emotionally free. I'm not blocked by anything. And if I feel blocked, then I can choose not to feel blocked. Change your language first, and then take a small step in the right direction. Whatever the emotional block is stopping you from doing, go do that thing. Leonardo, what's your nationality? I am British and I live in Brazil. She's from North England. Yes, I'm from North England, Sheffield. I feel like having someone is nice, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I do want them. Do you know what the best thing is, Oscar? And this is a really old-fashioned saying. You've got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. Like, my modern day take on that is invest your energy into loving yourself. It's a little bit like we were talking yesterday, right? Invest your energy into loving yourself first, and then see what happens. And it's down to manifestation, right? First you have a thought, I would like love in my life. Then you invest energy into that thought. When you're saying I want, you're creating a lack. So if you invest energy into I want someone, what you're telling yourself is I don't have someone. Or love, I want love. What you're telling yourself is I don't have love. Change your wording, okay? I have love because I love myself, right? I have love in my life. I love myself. I appreciate myself. I'm going to take myself out on a date. I'm going to treat myself to like a movie night, a Netflix and chill, right? Just change your language, change your perception to I have love. And this is great because you're not sure, right? You're not sure if you want somebody or not. What you want is love. And at the moment, what you have is yourself to love yourself. And then the more that you love yourself, the more that you appreciate yourself, you are creating a reality where you are drawing in love, where you are manifesting love in your life because you are loving yourself. And when you start doing that, love will start coming from other places, right? Because you're raising your vibration, you're raising your frequency to a frequency of love by loving yourself, by appreciating yourself. And then the love will start to come in your reality. You will start experiencing it in reality. First it's a thought, then it's a picture, then it's words, then it's in your reality. It's like I don't super love myself, but I have like a super big ego. These are not the same things. These are not the same things. Like self-love and self-appreciation is not the same as thinking you're pretty awesome, right? Like I think of myself as being really intelligent, for example. Somebody could say that that is a big ego, right? Stupid dogs. Somebody could say that that's a big ego, me thinking of myself as intelligent. But it's not the same thing as me loving myself. I could think of myself as really intelligent and hate myself at the same time, right? Self-love is different. Dogs, nobody invited you to this live. Nobody wants to hear your nonsense. Wait, do you, Adam, is living on the same country as me? Brazil? Yes. Goiás. Dry me on TikTok, Oscar. Oscar, what do you mean dry you? Yeah, my dogs always want to talk, Leonardo. They are so noisy. They're such little rat bags. Oh, I just got a notification from my bank. Oh, don't you just fucking love that? £370 received. So, Oscar, you were probably here because you're always here. I spent my mortgage money last Monday. I spent all of my mortgage money on paying off my credit card here in Brazil. That's why I was crying in the shower on Thursday, asking for the universe to support me. And as soon as I let go of that ridiculous notion that the universe is not supporting me, and actually the universe is me, and there is no separation, I started getting opportunities, right? Job opportunities, project opportunities. And looky here, 3 hours ago, I had a coaching call with a coach that told me about this stuff, and I just got $370 pounds into my UK account. I think I'm like 2/3 of the way to pay my mortgage now. I've got like 5 more days to get up to £1,000. And the more I just let go of the control, the more I just let it go to the universe, the more money is just like flowing to me. This is amazing. It's like a lottery. It is like a lottery. Adam, lol, I died. What do you do for a living? Are you a psychologist? So I'm a coach. I coach people on finding and fulfilling their purpose. And I do that through neurological reprogramming, which basically means changing your perception on things. And by changing your perception on things, you're able to overcome your limitations. So an example of that is Oscar wanted to get a tattoo. he said, I can't get a tattoo because I don't have money. And we changed his perception so that he could realize he doesn't necessarily need money to get a tattoo. He can go to get one from a tattoo artist that needs to practice. Like, it's just a little example, right? And then following your intuition, right? Following your intuition, because your intuition, which is yourself, it is yourself, your intuition is you. You know what's best for you. And we always go outside of ourselves looking for the answers. We always go outside of ourselves to figure out what's best for ourselves. But actually, the answers are all within. And that's what I help people discover. Is it like a lottery? Like, I didn't win money on the lottery. No, it was money from a project that I did. Yeah. Do you come to Brazil as a tourist? No, I have 9 years visa. My husband is Brazilian, so I'm here on a 9-year visa. I have 8 years left, or 7.5. Beautiful accent, thank you. Dogs. It's always this time of day, the dogs are just crazy. What do you worry about most? I feel like you've asked me this before, Jason. And I remember the answer I gave before was money, right? Because I think you asked me last week. And last week I was very concerned about money. Today the answer is different. What do you worry about most? What I worry about most is I have big dreams, really big dreams. Like, when I think about what I want in the future, I want to own retreats all over the world. I want to have my own TV show, like my own reality TV show, where people come to the retreats and they get filmed. I want to be famous, right? I've already written 2 books, but I want to write more books. I have big dreams to the point that I want everybody in the world to know my name, and to attach my name to doing good, right? I want to change the world. I want to change the world by helping people overcome their limitations and fulfilling their own purposes. That's how I want to change the world. So what I worry about most is my ability to do that, because it's big. It's really big. And on the flip side, I also know that I absolutely can do that. I absolutely can. But I worry about it too. Like, it's a big project. Like, am I going to have to work a lot? I don't like working a lot. I don't mind working a little bit, but I don't want to work a lot. So can I, like, that's my worry. Can I change the world? Can I build retreats all over the globe and not work hard at the same time? I believe it to be true, but I also worry about it because there's not so many people do that, right? So yeah, just little old me over here. All right, guys, I think I need to end the live and go pick Hubs up from the gym. I was at the gym too earlier, which is why I'm still in my gym clothes here. It's been fun. It's always a bit of a different vibe in the afternoon when I come on in the afternoon. But I like it. I like it. So I had my interview today, which is why I wasn't on this morning. I plan to go back to regular time tomorrow. And as always, I'm going to remind you, please remember to join the community. And I think that's it. Right, I've got to figure out how to end the live on this live studio. So I may just like be sitting here like an idiot for a few seconds before I can like find the end button. Let's see. Okay, I found it. Okay, bye-bye.